Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, I'm so excited. It is Friday night, just got paid. Oh, what a day. I'm not. Just gonna sit around all night. Doing the same thing I did last Friday night and last Saturday night, and that is stay up incredibly late watching live streams on TikTok of the Taylor Swift tour because I'm too cheap to go and too riddled with arthritis. Enjoy! So, I hope everybody had a great Friday. Remember yesterday I told you I was going to try to watch the rest of Real Housewives of New Jersey? Guess what? Hand clap for me, because I did it. I watched the rest of it. So we are going to talk about what happened. This week it was Pizzagate. Oh, now I get it. Now I know why it's called Pizzagate. I was like, why? They didn't have pizza. Okay, it's coming up. So let me just start off this episode, or as my mother calls it, this broadcast. Let me start this off by just giving one suggestion to the producers. Producers of Bravo, hi. Andy Cohen, hi. You're never going to see this. If you do, please do me a favor. Take Jackie out and leave her hunky husband, Evan. Please, thank you. So tonight, the main topics of conversation in this episode were, of course, it's always the Gorgas versus Teresa and Louis. It was, once again, talk about Danielle and her brother, or her non-existent relationship with her brother. And also, there was a little bit of Margaret still talking about how Danielle was talking about this arsenal, that supposed arsenal that she has, that she just like gets ready to unload on people. I'm gonna tell you, I think she does have it. That's just my thought. I'm thinking that if you go on these shows though, that probably mostly every housewife does have some kind of an arsenal on the people that they film with, just because that's the nature of the show. So and also another trend that I saw in this show was Danielle versus Rachel. Listen, they both thought that they had met somebody who could be a really good friend. As it turns out, neither one of them are too high on each other right now. We started off, and there was also continued talk about Melissa's parents not being invited to Teresa's wedding. So we start off, we get a little discussion between camps. That is Team Gorga and Team Louis and Teresa. So there was a question that the producers had for Joe Gorga. Is there some kind of a history between you and Louis that you don't like him? So here's the story. There's two sides. You know, with the story, there's always three sides. Your side, their side, and then the truth. So Teresa had said, this is Teresa's side, was that her brother had come up with an idea for a pizza place, for a pizza restaurant, a pizza shop. And Louis had asked, I guess he asked Louis to put in money. Louis put in $250,000. So he put up $250,000 for this pizza business. I believe it was Louis that had gone to the his lawyer, and his lawyer had said, well, you gave $250,000, so give him like 5%. He called Joe with that idea, and Joe blew up. And Teresa had told Joe, listen, if you want to go 50-50, then you have to put money in yourself. And Joe was like, you don't think I could put in $250,000? And then Louis just gave up. He was like, forget it. I'm just gonna I'll give you the money and I'll just give up and I'm out. And Louis lost money. So that's what Teresa said happened. So Joe's side of the story is that he came up with the idea for the pizza shop. He was going to call it Nono's Pizza, and it was going to be for him and Teresa. He was going to give Teresa 50% and he would take 50%. And then he had gotten a call from his nephew saying that they had gotten these aprons in, and that Teresa and her daughters were having a photo shoot, and they were going to call it Skinny Pizza. And Joe called Teresa. Teresa yelled at him, and did you put the money up? Did you put up the money? And so that was it. And Joe said, I got screwed. So that was the history. That was the issue that is going on between Joe and Louis. So before they went to the party, there was a party at Rachel's. Before they went to the party, everybody was talking about Danielle and this feud with her brother. And listen, everybody except the people that are staying with Danielle, which is Teresa and Jennifer. So everybody's talking about it, and everybody's saying, like, there has to be more to this. There has to be more to this. It can't just be this. Which, listen, I'm going to tell you, this is a rant right here. Why is it anybody's business? It is none of your business. If it does not affect you, then stay out of it. That's it. If you're not in their family, it doesn't concern you. Nobody has to be in their business, period. That's it. I get it that they're on TV, but this happened before they were on TV. What does it matter to you? It's none of your business. If I want to take a guy home with me tonight, it's none of your business. A little old school, salt and pepper. So there's that. That's my take on it. So they have a party at Rachel's. The party at Rachel's, the theme, I guess, is like steaks and drunk mermaids, because I don't know why she was like, we have this mermaid, we have steaks, and you can take a shot out of the marrow. And then we have this one random mermaid looking all drunk, sitting in a half inflated plastic mermaid shell, like oyster shell or whatever it is. I didn't understand that. And then, like I said, and then she looked like she was just drunk. This was a nightmare from beginning to end. Once again, everybody's talking about, the conversation goes to Danielle and her brother. And there has to be more. The ladies all think that there's more. There's only, I think, one person that was like, why do we need to talk about this? And oddly enough, I think that was Jennifer. But I think that was Jennifer because they're friends. Like they're on the same team, or they're on the same team this season. So the team, I know what that was. They're in the same team this season. So, and everybody's piling on her and everything. But before that, there was talk of Margaret's arsenal, and how Danielle was saying about how she has an arsenal. Margaret pulled her aside, and she was basically just asking her, why are you saying this? And Danielle says, and then Danielle off camera is saying, well, she threw me under the bus, and Rachel's making it out to be like I was talking and it was a catty thing and I was really coming after her. So she pulled Rachel over, and Rachel said, hey, what's up? And she was like, I don't appreciate you making it seem like this was some kind of a catty conversation that we were having. I wasn't pummeling her or anything on this. I was just saying what I had heard from somebody else. Danielle then tells her that she doesn't appreciate how she's throwing her under the bus, and that Danielle was saying the same thing. And Rachel was like, well, what was I saying? And then Danielle was like, you know, you were going all, like that. And Rachel says, and Danielle couldn't say what she had said, which doesn't look good. I mean, if she was saying something, then say what she was saying. I mean, I really like Danielle a lot, but if she was saying something, then why not just say what she was saying instead of going all like that? I don't know. And then after Margaret left, Rachel was like, look at me. You can't look at me. Look at me. And they're basically, Danielle's done with her, and I think Rachel's done with her. And off camera, Danielle was like, I really thought I found somebody that could be a good friend. Instead, I found somebody that's going to throw me under the bus. And then after that was when they had the whole discussion of like, Danielle and her brother. And she was just like, I'm done with this. I told you what happened, and I'm not a liar, and we're leaving. So she walked off. She left with her husband, because she was like, I'm not going to stand around and have people call me a liar. And then oddly enough, Margaret called Danielle a drama queen. Margaret called her a drama queen. Right. Okay. Any woman calling any other woman a drama queen on this show is ridiculous. The only one that really can call anybody a drama queen in my mind is like Dolores. Because listen, Dolores is lights out. Dolores is like, listen, she'll tell it how it is, and then that's it. We're done. She's the one in my mind that's really not a big drama queen. So the talk for the rest of the night at this party was between Louis and Melissa and Joe, and sometimes with Teresa thrown in. So Louis pulls Melissa aside. Meanwhile, Jackie is telling Teresa that Melissa's one of her best friends, and she was crying that morning about how her mom wasn't being invited to Teresa's wedding. Teresa immediately went in and was like, she should have talked to me about it, which is completely true. Listen, if you were upset by this, talk to the bride, talk to the groom, talk to the bride who is sending out the invitations. Talking to everybody else and getting everybody else worked up, that's not going to do anything. They're not going to be the ones that are able to invite you to the wedding. So why not just talk to Teresa? Unless you want this thing to just continue going on, is all I can think. So Louis tells Melissa that he would love to invite Melissa's mom to the wedding. Melissa's like, my mother is obsessed with you. She would love to come. Teresa then comes over, joins them, and Louis immediately tells her to leave. And he's trying to be like nice about it, but I can see a little bit of like a dick move in there, like a little bit of a kind of a prick in there. And that's when Melissa had said that there's like two Louis. There's one who is the real Louis, who has kind of like an anger issue. I don't want to say an anger issue, but it's a little rougher. And then there's the Louis that he wants to be, that he wants everybody to like see him as. And that's like the gentle, kind, I do therapy, I'm kind, and I'm zen and everything. Teresa leaves, and she goes and talks to the other ladies, and Teresa says that Melissa just has daddy issues. Like, she had said her dad cheated on her mom, so that's why she now she keeps Joe like so close to her. Why she keeps him on like a leash almost. And then a little bit later on, when they're talking, when it's like Joe, Teresa, and Louis, Melissa's like, why is my husband over there talking to Teresa and Louis? Well, why can't he? I mean, he's a grown man. I mean, why can't he talk to them? I mean, that's his sister. That's going to be his brother-in-law. What's the deal with that? I mean, would it be so bad? Would it be so bad if he like worked things out? I just don't understand. I don't understand on either of their parts. But then Louie's talking with Joe, and he says the oddest thing of the night, other than someone taking a shot out of bone marrow. I don't understand that either. But whenever Louie said, he said, you know, I live with your nieces, and I wear your father's pajamas to make them feel safe. Joe was like, I'm sorry, if that was me and somebody was like, I wear your father who passed away, I wear his pajamas and to make people feel safe. What's that? I don't understand that. That was just odd. So Teresa comes back over, and it all boils down to the fact of like, Teresa is upset that Melissa didn't come to Louie's side whenever Margaret was bringing up like the video last year. She wanted Melissa to say to Margaret, can you shut the F up? That's Teresa's future husband. Can you shut the F up? So Teresa's mad about that. And then Melissa is mad that last year Teresa didn't stick up for Joe whenever Jennifer came after him about his business dealings, which I've heard some things. Allegedly, not everything's so copacetic there. That's all I'm saying. So nothing ended well there. Melissa and Joe went to leave, had to come back in to get Louie to back the car up. There was a whole bunch of screaming, and that's it. So there we go. That is your wrap up. Tell me, what did you think about this whole thing? And I'm thinking actually that for the show, it's probably just going to be one episode where they get married. I'm really thinking of possibly maybe getting like a little wig that's going to come down to like here, because you know Teresa has no forehead, and maybe trying to do something, I don't know, at the very least have like a little reception or something here. So that being said, let me know what you thought about this week's shenanigans, and if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You were loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world, and treat everybody with kindness. And please, let's take care of one another. And I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys.